Can you imagine immunity for Raymond Reddington? Immunity for a man who betrayed America for #1 on the most wanted list, thousands of crimes, and how many victims? I can't even guess. This wasn't a deal. It was a conspiracy. An unjust and illegal conspiracy to deprive the American people of justice. There is nothing this defendant can do now that will erase the memory or the impact of what he's already done. Your Honor, this court has the power and the obligation to reject government conduct that shocks the conscience, conduct so outrageous it offends the canons of decency and fairness that define our civilized society, and that's exactly what this agreement does. This agreement should be void as a matter of public policy. Throw it out, tell the defendant no more. Justice demands no less.
This decision was made many years ago. The fact is, a small group at the Department of Justice did their due diligence, and with the blessing of the Attorney General and legal counsel at the White House, they concluded that the benefit that law enforcement and consequently the American people would gain from my assistance would exceed that of a rather abstract benefit of seeing a man of my alleged infamy being punished in a public fashion. There can be no question they were legitimately exercising their prosecutorial discretion. They made a judgment call, one that apparently offends Mr. Sima, and clearly he's not alone. I'd imagine there are any number of people, from prosecutors to plumbers, who, despite knowing virtually nothing about me or the events of the last 5 years, nonetheless would find my arrangement with the government wildly unacceptable. And to be clear, that's fine. Debate and disagreement are at the core of any true democracy. Argument is necessary. Perfectly reasonable juries will often differ. On a side note, I once went fly fishing for a cutthroat trout in the Roaring Fork Valley, where inexplicably I stumbled upon Justice Antonin Scalia, may God rest his soul. And boy, did we have some real barn burners. My word, that man could argue. 6 hours, hip deep in white water, and with all the yelling, neither of us got so much as an Alevin.
Objection, Your Honor. What's the point of all this?
The point, Mr. Sima, is that your outrage doesn't concern me. What concerns me is that the powerful men and women who made this deal and those who reaped the benefits of it for years actually considered it an option to deny its existence. They decided to say that what happened never happened. The sad fact is, the facts have never mattered less than they do today. We're living in a time when truth has been so diminished in value that even those at the top of government are quite comfortable with truth being whatever they can convince people to believe. That is what I find wildly unacceptable. The truth certainly matters, Your Honor, in rooms like this most of all. And the truth is, whether you or he or anyone else likes it or not, that immunity agreement exists.